Starting something new can feel heavier than it looks. You sit down with the intention to begin. You've thought about this moment all day. You've rehearsed it in your head. You know what needs to happen. And yet, when it's finally time, your body feels still. Your thoughts get louder. The distance between I should and I am stretches wider than it should. The frustration builds quickly. I know what to do, so why can't I start? It's exhausting to feel blocked before you've even begun. You haven't failed yet. Nothing has gone wrong, but you already feel defeated. From the outside, this looks like procrastination. From the inside, it feels more like standing at the base of something that shouldn't be this hard and wondering why your legs won't move. Most explanations rush toward productivity advice. Break it down, set a timer, remove distractions, build a routine. And while those things can help in certain contexts, they miss something quieter happening underneath. The moment of hesitation isn't always about strategy. It's about weight. When you look at a new task, especially one that matters, you're rarely just looking at the task itself. You're looking at what it represents, the possibility of getting it wrong, the fear of it being mediocre, the silent question of whether this attempt will confirm something about you. That weight attaches itself to the beginning. Starting something new means stepping into uncertainty. It means you no longer get to imagine the perfect version of the outcome. The moment you begin, the work becomes real, and real things can disappoint. So your system pauses, not because you don't care, often because you care deeply. There's a specific kind of tension that shows up at the start of something. It doesn't scream, it tightens. Your shoulders shift, your breathing changes, your thoughts speed up just slightly. You begin thinking ahead, to the middle, to the end, to the evaluation. You're not taking one step, you're trying to carry the whole path at once. That's when starting feels like pushing a boulder uphill. It's not the first movement that's heavy, it's the meaning attached to it. When people talk about executive dysfunction, they often frame it clinically. But the lived experience is simpler. You can see what needs to be done. You can explain it clearly. You may even have succeeded at similar things before. And yet, in this moment, something in you hesitates. The hesitation feels personal. You might think, if I were more disciplined, I'd just do it. Or, other people don't struggle like this. The comparison sharpens the shame. The shame adds more weight, and the beginning becomes even harder. But this isn't a character flaw. It's a nervous system response. When something feels uncertain or high stakes, even subtly, your body reacts before you consciously name it, not with panic, with caution. It tightens instead of mobilizing. It waits instead of moving. Waiting feels safer than risking. There's also something else happening at the start of something new. You're facing potential exposure. As long as the project remains untouched, it exists in possibility. It can still be excellent. It can still be impressive. It can still reflect the best version of you. The moment you begin, that possibility narrows. Now the work will show what you can actually produce today, not what you imagine you could produce in theory. Beginning collapses fantasy into reality. That can feel vulnerable. And vulnerability often disguises itself as avoidance. You tell yourself you're just not in the mood, or that you'll do it later, or that you need to feel more prepared. But underneath that reasoning is often a simpler fear. Once I start, I can't hide behind potential anymore. This creates the illusion that you're unmotivated. In reality, you're protecting yourself from disappointment. Think about the last time you delayed starting something important. Was it truly because you didn't care? Or because it mattered so much that the stakes felt amplified? The more significant something feels, the more it threatens your sense of identity. If this goes well, it says something good about me. If it goes poorly, it says something else. That silent evaluation sits in the background of the start, and evaluation adds weight. Many people who struggle to begin are actually deeply thoughtful, self-aware, and capable. They don't lack insight. They often overthink. They anticipate every angle. They imagine the possible outcomes in detail. That foresight is a strength in many areas of life. At the starting line, it becomes a burden. Because instead of taking one simple step, they mentally simulate the entire journey. They calculate effort, they predict obstacles, they imagine criticism, they forecast fatigue. No wonder the first move feels overwhelming. You're not just starting a task, you're negotiating with every imagined version of yourself that could emerge from it. And negotiation slows action. There's also the quiet influence of past experiences. If you've ever been criticized for not finishing, for waiting too long, for having so much potential, those messages echo when you sit down to begin. You're not just starting something new, you're trying not to repeat something old. That pressure compounds the hesitation. When you understand this, something shifts. The stuck feeling isn't laziness. It isn't lack of ambition. It isn't proof that you're incapable. It's the nervous system responding to perceived weight, and weight can be adjusted. The first adjustment isn't external, it's internal. Instead of asking, how do I force myself to start, you ask, what am I afraid this will mean? That question isn't productivity advice, it's clarity. Sometimes the answer is small. I'm tired. I don't want to do this imperfectly. I'm scared I won't finish. I don't want to feel stupid. Naming the fear reduces its size. When the weight becomes specific, it becomes lighter. The goal isn't to eliminate discomfort. Starting something meaningful will almost always carry a little tension. The goal is to separate the action from the identity attached to it. Writing one sentence does not define you. Opening a project does not commit you to perfection. Beginning does not require excellence. It only requires contact. Contact is different from completion. You don't have to conquer the hill in one surge. You don't even have to commit to climbing it all the way today. You only have to place one foot on the slope. When the beginning is framed as a declaration, this must be good, it feels heavy. When it's framed as an experiment, let's see what happens, it feels lighter. Curiosity moves more easily than pressure, and curiosity doesn't require confidence. This is why shame removal matters so much. Shame increases the meaning of the task. It turns a small action into a referendum on your character. It says, if you struggle to begin, something is wrong with you. But hesitation is human. Starting something new always contains risk. Even experienced people feel it. Even confident people pause before stepping into uncertainty. The difference is not that they never feel friction, it's that they don't interpret friction as failure. They expect it. When you expect some resistance, it doesn't alarm you,